Hello everybody and welcome back to Odin's movie blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you're doing well. And today I'm recording this video early because I'm heading up to Tennessee this weekend to see Freya and also to bring the hounds up to her so that way she has some company in the new place that we have up there. So if for any reason they somehow release this version of the film by the time this video goes live, I still stand by all the statements I'm about to make, which is release the damn Snyder cut already, please. So this is coming from Bounding into Comics, where apparently right outside of San Diego Comic-Con, they have now, this group of people has now come together to get a billboard out to have hashtag release the Snyder cut. Now, let me just say first off and foremost, I think that what they have done in this process of trying to push for this release has actually been pretty damn cool. Like, honestly, I think that they've done a lot of really good. For example, you see it says proudly supporting the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, because for those that don't know, they raised like thousands upon thousands of dollars for this foundation to try to help with suicide prevention. And this obviously makes a lot of sense, seeing that Zack Snyder himself has a lot of connection to that with his own family, having to suffer through the loss of a family member due to that terrible, terrible illness. And so what we see here is we see something that is actually a very positive element, which is trying to push for awareness in this way. However, even though I can say very clearly that it's a good thing, I think that what they're doing, trying to raise money and trying to raise awareness, is a great thing for that organization. I also am just getting so tired of seeing this trending on Twitter, seeing people constantly putting this out there, because I honestly, this is my own honest opinion, I don't think that an extra 30 minutes or even hour of Justice League is going to fix that movie. Great example of this is the fact that BVS, there's a director's cut of that movie where there's an extra, 30 minutes added to the film, and even though it addresses certain issues in the film, it does not take care of the really choppy acting. It does not take care of the really piss-poor effects. It does not take care of some very key story elements that are not addressed and not fixed either. So if for anyone that thinks that Justice League, the Snyder Cut, is somehow going to magically fix the movie, I just think that you're putting your faith in the wrong place. That all being said, please, Warner Brothers, release this damn cut so we can stop hearing people constantly whine and moan about how, oh, well, if you just release that cut, then it'll show you just how awesome Zack Snyder is as a director. Now, again, I'm not going to judge him as a person. Again, I think that what he's gone through, in his individual life is something that we should all keep him in our prayers for, and anyone who has to go through that in their entire life, to lose a loved one, let alone to lose a loved one in that way, I think is something that all of us need to constantly keep in our minds. But that being said, I can still respect him as a person and still have criticisms of him as a director and as a writer, etc., because I don't really think I've enjoyed any of his films past the year or so that it was released. For example, when I first saw 300, I love that film. But now when I go back and watch it, I think to myself, God, this film is so boring. The effects have already dated. The effects were dated after a year. And so basically what he did was he put out a film that was like that short-term satisfaction. Oh, it's going to get you in the short term, it's going to get you, and you're going to like it for this little bit, but then as it goes on, it's just going to slowly fade, and then very clearly, you're going to start to see all of the mistakes and all of the really bad choices that were made in the process. I think the difference with BVS and with Justice League, for example, are that you don't have that same thing where it's very apparent what the issues are, because now not only do you have him on full blast, but now you have a studio over him that's making certain cuts that really expose the problems even more so than what they already are. I mean, again, even with BVS, even with the extra 30 minutes of footage, it does not fix and address those core issues that are still there in the filmmaking technique that Zack Snyder has. So again, I'm not going after him personally, and I think that what they're doing right now with the group of people that are pushing for the release of the Snyder Cut, I think that what they're doing is admirable as far as raising awareness and raising money for this organization. That all being said, I'm just so sick and tired of people talking about this damn cut and acting like it's going to fix the damn film. Please release it so that way people can realize, oh, great, we have another 30 minutes, an hour of the film, and the film still has problems. The film's villain still sucks, and all these other things are still problematic within it, so that we can stop hearing about it. So seriously, I don't know. I'm sure this video is probably going to get severely attacked by the Zack Snyder cult that's out there, because it really is almost like a cult, where anyone that is even slightly critical of the Zack Snyder years working for the DCEU, if you even just have a hint of criticism, you're immediately lambasted, you're immediately critiqued, you're immediately attacked. And I think that that's not, so you have these really positive elements, like raising money and raising awareness for this organization, but then you have this also this toxic element of it as well. And I hate using that term because it's been thrown at me, it's been thrown at the Phantom Menace constantly, but you really do see it a lot more in that group, in that organization, by the very fact that you have people getting attacked just for having an honest criticism, just for having that open dialogue about the content of the film. So please, if it's going to be at SDCC, if it's going to be at Comic-Con, is it going to be in general, just release the damn cut, all right? It's not going to hurt. And in the end, it's probably going to help you, because you're going to have all these hardcore fans that are going to buy it, they're going to buy the special editions, they're going to give you more money. And God knows you need more money at this point, because if we know anything about the films that were released before Zack Snyder eventually left the program, they didn't do very well. Some people say, oh, well, it made hundreds of millions of dollars. Yes, but when you look at the fact that it costs a significant amount of money to make and they did not get 100% of those earnings, it only barely made money. I mean, Justice League only made about $650 million. And seeing that that film costs between $200, $400 million when you add budgeting in, when you add the marketing elements to it, and you take into effect that they only get about 60% of that $650 million, they essentially lost money on that project, at least from its original theatrical release. Now, of course, I think it probably made it up post-release, because obviously it's a hardcore fan base that's going to go out and buy the 4K, buy the Blu-ray, and all these other things. So I think Warner Brothers would be smart to release that cut. But for me, as someone that's just so sick and tired of hearing about this damn story and hearing about this damn cut of the film that's not going to fix the problems that exist in the film, just release it. It's going to help you, and also, it's the very least that you can do for a group of people that have done a really good thing in raising money and raising awareness for suicide prevention. I think that is something that everyone should commend. I think that's something that everyone should praise. But even with that being the case, release the damn cut. And dear Lord, just stop complaining about it. Because what else thoughts about this? Are you one of those Zack Snyder fanboys that's like, oh, release the cut, it's going to fix all the problems? Or, oh, you don't know, BVS was amazing before the release and then it got better with the 30 minutes of extra footage. And I'm going to be like, no, it's still problematic. This is, again, objective or subjective. You can subjectively enjoy the film, but objectively, they have problems. The story elements are problematic. The pacing is problematic. And again, 30 minutes of footage can only fix so much. It might be able to answer certain questions that are left, but it can't fix the core issues that still remain within the film itself. But I would love to hear your thoughts about all this stuff in the comments below. And please make sure you support this film, support this video, because you know it's going to get lambasted, you know it's going to get attacked, and I would greatly appreciate it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please smash the like button, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe. It helps me out a lot. You are all amazing and beautiful people. Have a wonderful day, and as always, God bless.